everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's just so sad. Arianne Zucker, who we all know and love as our iconic Nicole Walker, recently had to say goodbye to her dad. She shared the news on Instagram, and it just breaks my heart for her. She posted this really beautiful photo of the two of them together, and you can just tell how much she loved him. His name was Barry Zucker, and he passed away last week. So Ari wrote this really touching caption. She said, "It's been a tough year, and last week was even tougher. I had to say goodbye to my wonderful father. He loved his family, loved sailing, loved animals, and loved at the Beach Boys. I will miss you terribly, Dad." And just reading that, you can feel the pain. It's been a rough year for her anyway, with all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and her leaving the show, and now this. Losing a parent is it's just the worst. It really is. But it was really heartwarming to see the response. Shawn Christian, who played Daniel Jonas and is actually her real-life husband, jumped into the comments. He wrote about how they shared such great memories with him and how the Beach Boys were so fitting for his sailing spirit. He said, "He will always be with us. We love you, Barry." And that just got me teary-eyed. Shawn and Ari have been together for so long, and it's good to know she has that rock-solid support at home while she's grieving. And the fans on social media have just been pouring out love for her. But it wasn't just the fans. The Days cast really showed up for her in the comments. Paul Telfer, our very own Xander, left a message. Stacy Haiduk, Madison, Tamara Braun, Eric Martsolf, they all reached out. It just reminds you that even though these actors play people who are constantly backstabbing and literally trying to kill each other on screen, behind the scenes, they are a real family. They've worked together for years. Decades, for some of them. So seeing the Salem family rally around Ari right now is just beautiful. We are definitely sending all our love and deepest condolences to Arianne and her family. It's just so incredibly hard. But okay, transitioning back to the show, because this actually ties into what is happening in Salem right now. Nicole Walker is actually back in the storyline. Well, kind of. Sort of. Not really. Let me explain. In the July 2 episode, we actually get a mention of Nicole. Kate Black is talking to Holly Jonas, and he tells her that her mom just landed at the airport. So Nicole is physically in Salem, but we don't get to see her. It's an off-screen visit. And honestly, I am so frustrated by this. What were they thinking? Who actually believes this is going to satisfy the fans? We have been watching Nicole for years, and now she is just a passing mention by a teenage character. I mean, I get it. I know there are real-world contract issues and legal things going on with Arianne Zucker and the production. I know they probably couldn't film with her. Maybe I'm being too harsh on the writers because their hands might be tied. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. It just feels so hollow to have Nicole in town, but not on our screens, especially right now. Because if you have been watching a few episodes ago and keeping up with the summer spoilers, you know that Holly is in absolute crisis mode. Holly is literally collapsing. She passed out at the Horton cabin when they went for that summer getaway. Kate caught her, which was dramatic and scary. And then she passes out again. She is so pale and disoriented. And at first, they were playing it off like maybe it was the stress of Sophia Choi dying. Which, by the way, Sophia was an absolute nightmare to Holly. She cyberbullied her. She manipulated her. But they still had this weird toxic bond, and Holly is terrified of water now because Sophia supposedly drowned. But the real reason Holly is collapsing isn't just psychological. It's medical. It's the drugs. The tainted drugs from Tamara Pharmaceuticals. The stuff from Smith Island 2 years ago that is suddenly back in circulation. Holly got sick from it. And now she is paying the price with her health. So this is why it is so maddening that Nicole is only off screen. Your teenage daughter is collapsing from tainted drugs, and we don't get to see the mama bear reaction? Nicole Walker would be tearing the hospital apart. She would be screaming at the doctors. She would be threatening the police to find out who did this. We are missing out on some prime, Emmy-worthy Nicole Walker meltdowns because of this off-screen situation. It just sucks. It really, really sucks. And let's talk about the absolute monster who is responsible for all of this. E.J. Tamara, because of course it's E.J. It always comes back to E.J., doesn't it? E.J. knows about the tainted drugs. He knows that his company manufactured them and that they were supposed to be destroyed, but they weren't. Someone is distributing them, and people are literally dying. Sarah Horton just lost a patient named Destiny right in the middle of Horton Town Square. Just dropped dead. And EJ is scrambling to cover his own tracks instead of doing the right thing. Actually, maybe I should give EJ a tiny bit of credit because he did promise to look into it when Holly first got sick. He cares about Holly because he was married to Nicole. But no, wait. I take that back. I am changing my mind right now. EJ doesn't care about anyone but EJ. If he cared about Holly, he would go straight to the police. Instead, what is he doing? He is dragging his own son into his mess. EJ literally manipulates Johnny into breaking into Sarah Horton's office at the hospital to snoop around and find out what she knows about the Coraceal drug mess. Johnny, sweet, innocent Johnny, who is already dealing with so much right now. Chanel is pregnant, and she has breast cancer, and Johnny is terrified of losing his wife. And EJ uses that vulnerability, makes Johnny the CEO, and then forces him to do his dirty work. EJ is literally standing lookout while his son commits a felony. It is disgusting. Imagine if Nicole found out about this. Imagine if she knew that EJ, the man she loved and married, is covering up the very drug scandal that is currently putting her daughter in the hospital. The confrontation would be legendary. She would rip his head off. But again, we won't get to see it because she is off screen. It is just a massive missed opportunity for some classic soap opera drama. And the whole drug storyline is just getting so messy. Rafe and Kat Green are investigating EJ. Kat is running this whole undercover ISA operation, pretending to be into EJ, sharing fake memories of their time in Italy together, just to get close to him and find the evidence. And EJ is totally falling for it. He is kissing Kat. He is using her to make Belle jealous because he saw Belle and Chad kissing on the kiss cam at the Cubs game. I mean, the tangled webs these people weave. It's exhausting just trying to keep it all straight. But I am rooting for Rafe and Kat. I really want them to nail EJ to the wall for this. How many more people have to die before these drugs are off the streets? Destiny is dead. Holly is collapsing. Lexi is taking some weird Versavix serum from Dr. Rolf that is probably related to all this Tamara chemical nonsense, and she is starting to get dizzy and sick too. The whole town is basically being poisoned by Tamara Enterprises. And meanwhile, Tate is just trying to be a good boyfriend. I have to give Tate some credit here. He is really stepping up. He is holding Holly when she cries. He is catching her when she falls. And he is dealing with Amy Choi, Sophia's mom, who is just absolutely raging at Holly. Amy thinks Holly is responsible for Sophia's death because of the cyberbullying stuff. Amy is screaming at a sick girl who is literally collapsing. I know Amy is grieving, and it is horrible that she lost her daughter, but she needs to back off. Especially since we all know that Kristen DiMera is the one who actually killed Sophia. Kristen smashed her head with a rock and threw her in the river. The secret's in this town, I swear. Kristen is covering up a murder. EJ is covering up a deadly drug ring. Johnny is breaking into offices. And Nicole is just at the airport. Apparently. It just feels like this summer is going to be a bloodbath in Salem. The stakes are so high right now. The tainted drugs are the biggest threat to the town we've seen in a while. And I just keep coming back to Arianne Zucker. I miss her presence on the show so much. Nicole was such a huge part of the fabric of Salem. She was messy. She made terrible choices. She lied. She schemed. But she loved her kids so fiercely. You always knew that if Holly was in trouble, Nicole would move heaven and earth to save her. So hearing Tate say that she landed at the airport, it's a nice little nod to the character. It shows that the writers haven't forgotten that Nicole is a mother first and foremost. She wouldn't just stay in Europe while her daughter is in the hospital. So I appreciate the mention. I really do. It makes the world feel a little more realistic. But it's still just a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. The show isn't the same without her. And knowing what Ari is going through in real life right now just makes it all feel heavier. It puts things into perspective, you know? We get so worked up over these fictional characters and their crazy storylines. I am sitting here ranting about EJ DiMera and off-screen airports, but at the end of the day, these are real people playing these parts. They have real lives, real families, and real heartbreaks. So, yeah, it's a weird mix of emotions today. I am super invested in this drug storyline, and I really want to see Holly get better. I want to see EJ go down in flames. I want to see Kristen get busted for what she did to Sophia. But mostly, I just want to send some good energy out into the universe for Arianne Zucker. Losing a dad is a club nobody wants to join. It changes you. And it is going to take a long time for her to heal from that. But she has Shawn, she has her family, and she clearly has the love and support of the entire Days of Our Lives cast and crew. I'll keep watching, of course. I can't stop now. I need to know if Sarah and Brady figure out the DiMera connection to Destiny's death. I need to know if Johnny gets caught breaking into Sarah's office. And I really, really need to know if Holly is going to survive this tainted drug nightmare. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you as annoyed as I am about the off-screen Nicole mention? Do you think it was the best they could do under the circumstances? And please, leave some kind words for Arianne if you feel like it. I know the soap community can be really amazing when it comes to supporting the actors we love. All right, I've been rambling for way too long. I need to step away from the screen and take a breath. Thanks for listening to my rants today, guys. Stay safe, watch out for DiMera Pharmaceuticals, and I'll catch you in the next update.